There's a video they have in there, How Cars Keep You Poor, that helps them understand how expensive car ownership is and that they should consider public transportation. It's fantastically done. And again, an excellent one to really understand how cars, one of the second most expensive things you will do in your life. I don't know, it's really hard with groceries up there. I'm not sure which one's more now, but between groceries, car, and home, those three things are where a lot of your money goes, and what are different ways. In fact, at our school, we have worked with the, it's called STA, the transit group in Spokane, and we have a free bus pass for all our kids. And we actually use that if we go on field trips or go anywhere to help get them comfortable with using it. And there we go again. We're going on a crazy ride again. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I am so sorry. I did not know how this keeps happening. My mouse has a mind of its own today. Thank you, everyone, for your grace. Thank you, Lisa.
That's okay. We're having fun. You're keeping us awake.
Yeah. We also, that was the plan. We had a comment in the chat as well about one educator did a unit on how to withstand the pressure of those conversations, and then how to walk away from a bad deal as well, which I thought was interesting.
Okay, so she was asking, how do you, from the pressures of a salesman?
No, I'm sorry. It was the comment was that they typically do a unit on how to deal with sales pressure before they do a big ticket purchase.
Okay. Yes. And that's actually in the last unit here on sealing the deal. They do a whole thing on the salesman and the pressure they're going to go through. But again, the more you can prepare kids for that in cars, with homes, with real estate. Oh, you'll look so cute in this house, your family, you know, all those things. Absolutely. We are pressured everywhere in our society. And we definitely with cars, there's ads on. You can't watch the TV for half an hour, not have a couple of car ads come up that make it seem like those are the great ones. So thank you. Yes, that is a great tidbit that we should always be bringing back into our classrooms. Yeah. Oops, one more back. Everything for this. I see a comment was in there. Is that a comment or a question? Okay.
I was.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Just letting you know, I was asking which unit they used, if it was something that they had developed on their own, or if it was perhaps connected to an NGPF. And it looks like it is something that this educator has modified and adapted to fit the needs of their specific school and student population. So, as we love to see.
Fantastic. Oh, maybe we need training on that one. So that is an important thing to learn how to do.
Are you ready for the next one here, Lisa?
Just one second. And so then this, under the teacher, this is all going to be pulled together in the monthly cost of car ownership. It's an activity where they're going to calculate the cost of running and owning a car, which, like I said, it's eye-opening to kids when they really break down all the pieces, you know. And you see that when you do budgeting with kids, when you think, well, it's $100 here, it's $200 here, $300 here, and it's like, yike, where'd my paycheck go? Well, the same thing happens here when they calculate all the money. It's not just my car payment, it's not just my gas, it's not just my insurance. You put all those numbers together, and that's what this does to help them see. Which again helps them understand public transportation. All right, now we're ready. The next lesson they're going to go through is buying new and used. And at first I was thinking, I don't know if I want to take with my high poverty, even talk about a new car, but it actually turned out to be better than I thought. Not that it was really, I really tried to preface it for my kids. This would be something 10 years from now you might be concerned about. You know, right now, buying a good used reliable is much better. But they understand the pros and cons of buying new versus used, you know, that you do have warranties. It isn't going to have 200,000 miles on it. No, so it's good to know there's pros and cons, but there's also cons that you're going to have a lot of depreciation. So we made it where it became an objective view between new and used, not a subjective view about, ooh, but that one's so much cooler and prettier than mine. So actually it was a very good thing to have that understanding. And then understanding the various warranty options. That one is really important because they seem to think everything is covered. You know, they're told, oh, bumper to bumper warranty. Well, it does not mean that every little scratch and door ding that they're going to come out and fix your scratch and door ding. So that was actually an eye opener and really good in teaching them how to read. And that became a good reading exercise on reading the fine print and knowing what's really covered, and that bumper to bumper is a sales terminology and it's not really the same. And then we identified the difference between pre-owned and certified pre-owned, because again, that gets quickly passed by a lot of the times, or they do see certified pre-owned and they don't realize that it can be better than just the pre-owned. And they just think they're both used cars. And why would I maybe pay a little bit more here? So that's, and then we even talked about, well, would you pay $5,000 more for the car that's about the same miles, same model, all of that? Or could you have put that $5,000 in a savings account for if something goes wrong with your pre-owned vehicle that's not certified? So we kind of talked about too that you may pay a little bit more, but you don't want to pay a huge amount more, because you could put that money in a savings account, and then if something goes wrong, you could just pay for it yourself. So just, it led to some great conversations. And then we explored the various options they have to get auto loans and understand the pros and cons of each. A lot of it is just because most car places, even the used, try to get you to get your loan through them, and trying to understand that we really don't, and you don't want the 100% financing and all those things. And then we read a vehicle history report in detail, the Carfax. Boy, they did not know where to find what and why did it matter if it had been 5 accidents, if right now the body was in good shape, and different little things like that. So that was really a valuable thing for them to go through and learn how to read a Carfax, and to know that they should ask for one if they were buying private party. And if they buy private party and they don't have one, then they want to go get the VIN number and pay the $20 to get one themselves, not just buy it because the person says, oh, I've had the car forever, I've been the original owner. Get the Carfax so they can find out if that's valid or not. So, any questions? Okay, let's go to the teacher tidbits. I kind of finding myself blending them because I'm so excited about the tidbits, so I apologize about that. Again, I said it was an excellent short explanation on warranty options, and we ended up with a really good classroom discussion on the terms of warranties and how you have to read those, and then the verbiage difference between pre-owned and certified pre-owned, what that really means. And then they needed help and whole class discussion to accurately complete and comprehend the best place for a car loan. It's a table that you fill out and try to answer the questions. And I found with my population of students, when I just had them try to do it, they really struggled with it and understanding in this scenario, we should look at this. So I really recommend that we do that one as a whole class. And when we did it a whole class, they all engaged and it went great, but did it well by themselves. And then the fine print on the vehicle Carfax, wow. Even if you don't do this whole thing, you may just grab that one little lesson out and do it if you're doing car loans or anything like that, because I was shocked how many kids didn't know how to read one. I think that was the eye opener to me. Or know that they could ask for one or look one up. I mean, they need the VIN number to get the actual one for the car they're looking for, but that they could do it. Any other questions or?
We do have a question in the chat. How do you teach auto insurance as students cannot go out online to get quotes for a school activity without the websites thinking they truly want to purchase? Sort of the same thing when you're looking at loans and car purchases for these budget projects.
So that's a great question. Unfortunately, you're right. They don't. I got my insurance agent to give me a table that said, if you are this age and male and you have this, a sedan or a truck, you're in one ticket, this would be your price, 2 tickets. So I got him to help me create a table of reasonable amounts. And he does a great job once a year of updating it with me so that I kind of keep them fairly current. And then we talk about all the factors that, this is an average of what it could be here in Spokane. And we say, oh, but if you lived in New York City, it'd be a lot higher. We do some of that conversation. The loans, I find that's super simple because there are loan calculators everywhere. And you just put in a set credit score and say, with this credit score and this interest rate, or, what would you get? So that one is not a hard one. And yes, the car insurance, you used to be able to go out and get free bids from like Safeco and Progressive, but not anymore. They want your zip code. They want your basically everything but your firstborn child before they'll even come back and give you a quote. And they actually want the VIN number of the car. So it's tough. This is going to show how long I've been teaching, because you didn't used to have to give all that to be able to get some quotes. Now they are asking so much information up front that it's not helpful.
And then once you fill out one, then you're on their list,
That
right?
too,
Because
you're
we know cookies exist. So your algorithm will be full of loans. We do have a couple. So one person recommended running searches and then screen grabbing results. That could be one way you could also get some of these prices.
Great
And
idea.
then the follow-up question from Holly, who asked the original question, was, do you have a calculator that you recommend?
I do. I don't have it sitting here right now. You know what? Can Holly send you, or you give me Holly's email and I'll send Holly a link?
Absolutely.
Is that okay, Holly?
If anyone else is interested in that as well, we can perhaps include that in the post webinar email as well. So let us know if that's something you would be interested in. Thanks.
Perfect. Yes.